Hey guys. So Trump told reporters that he is considering a quarantine of New York, New Jersey, and parts of Connecticut. That's a terrible idea for a couple of reasons. The one is indisputable. I hope you guys will understand the logic of what I'm saying in a second about that. But first of all, they asked Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, what he thinks about that. He's like, I don't know what to think about it. I don't even know what that means. So that goes to bad idea number one, which is what does it mean? Does it mean that no one can leave New York or New Jersey? Is that legal? If he asked, what are your, I don't, not, yeah, he did ask this. Cuomo asked, and it's exactly the right question. Uh, what are you trying to accomplish with it medically? Right? So there's good medical reasons to have social distancing, self quarantining, etc. Put aside the legal issues, though. What are you trying to solve for? So, for example, South Korea, they tested a whole bunch of folks and then traced the people who were sick and then quarantined them or got them to hospitals, got them treatment, etc. There's a smart way of doing that. The But if you do it in mass for certain areas, does it work? Does it not work? Did it work in Wuhan in China? To what degree did they do it? Are you willing to do that? What if I mean, and in America, look, you got to realize there's 1,000 things that people are going to flip out over if you do an actual quarantine. And by the way, I see all the members when I'm doing these live videos on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. Like Alaska Harrison, I just saw that you got a TYT badge. That means you're a member of Young Turks on YouTube. I really appreciated the join button down underneath the video. I was about to say downstairs. Underneath the video gets you a YouTube channel membership for Young Turks. Obviously, you could also get it on our website, tyt.com/join. Okay, let me keep going though. So one of the extreme things that could happen is if you quarantine people from going out and coming in, what if they were already out? Then they can't come back into their house. Okay. All right. What if they went out, can't come back in, but their pets are inside? If some dogs die over this, Americans will lose it. Okay. I mean, 37 people died in a nursing home in Louisiana. Another 37 died in a nursing home in New York. And these are horrific stories. The media is having trouble covering them because you got to get a crew up there and everybody's sick. And what are you going to do? Show the body bags coming out of the nursing home, etc. But it's not resonating. 3 puppies die, and this country will lose it. Okay, so I'm just keeping it real. That's the reality of America. So that's the situation on number one with the issue of the quarantine and is it legally and medically responsible. The second issue, the one I think you got to agree with me on, even if you're MAGA dudes. Hold on, I'm going to tell you that in a second. But Brad Derry, thank you for using YouTube Super Chat. Elijah Logan, thank you for becoming a TYT supporter. Look at me figuring this out. Shelby Hall, thanks for becoming a member. Again, you could do, if you're watching on YouTube, the little join button underneath the video. Justin Williams, thanks for already being a member. All right, anyways, so the second part that you're going to agree on, I think, if you have any kind of logic and reason, is if you announce a quarantine ahead of time, what do you think will happen? Panic. Am I going to get stuck inside New York? I got to get out of New York right now. Am I going to get stuck inside of New Jersey? Look, if you're in an expansive suburb of New Jersey, or there's a lot of rural parts of New Jersey, people don't know that, farmland, etc. You are where you are, and you don't need to go anywhere necessarily. Obviously, true of upstate New York as well. But if you're stuck in Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, wherever you are, and you're worried they're going to quarantine you and you can't ever leave, what are you going to do? You're going to rush out right now. That's what if you're going to quarantine, you don't tell people ahead of time. Or you do it in a way that is super structured once you've got everything in place. But Trump has no discipline, nothing, totally clueless. So he's like, I'm thinking of quarantining. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe New York and New Jersey, and maybe parts of Connecticut. Yeah, that's what No. If you're going to do that and you have a medical reason why, and it's super relevant, you got to keep people protected, and your doctors and scientists and government officials have all agreed upon it and it makes sense, etc. Then do it with a process instead of going, I might do it. I might quarantine New York. You never know. And then afterwards, he clarified whatever little clarification there is that, oh, yeah, we'll be getting back to you shortly if you're going to be stuck in New York and New Jersey, parts of Connecticut, which parts we'll get to it, okay, on Twitter. It's not much of a clarification. And of course, for God's sake, talk to the governors of those states. They asked Cuomo, wait, you just talked to Trump. Did he say anything about doing a legal mandatory quarantine of your state? He's like, of course not. He's hearing it from the reporters. It's unreal, man. It's unreal. Total buffoon. It's not like people think it's political. It ain't political. Look, man, on Twitter, somebody was saying to me today, based on what I was talking about the established media, they're like, you sound like a conservative. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. And I don't mind agreeing with conservatives. I do it whenever they make sense. I thought Massey had some good points about this so-called stimulus bill, the rescue package. He's one of the most conservative guys out of Kentucky. Even when Trump does something right, like not invading a country, I give him credit. And we didn't do TPP, and that was going to be a disaster. I give credit on that. Why? Because we're honest. We're not ideologues. We're honest. And so in this case, Trump prematurely talking about quarantining whole states. I don't know that it's a good idea in the first place. I would have to get really convinced from doctors and scientists that that's the best medical option. Then you'd have to talk to lawyers to see if it's really constitutional, etc. But overall, to say it ahead of time makes no sense at all. And that's just reality. Doesn't have anything to do with politics. All right. Sean Carter 03, thank you for the YouTube super chat comment. I saw that with there as well. And I know we got some other folks that did YouTube super chat. Dave Piggott just joined as a supporter. Dave, way to go. Okay. Jessica's a TYT member on YouTube. I see your emojis and your badges. I see them. Okay. Later today, I have more stories for you guys. In fact, very soon. So stay right here. Normally, we do the show live Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock. We're still doing that. We're doing it from our home studios. Little Yumper, thank you for the YouTube Super Chat comment. Appreciate it. Let me see if I could see. I know off subject, but why does mainstream media still ignore the Biden accusations? Well, I was raging about that yesterday. That's also up on our YouTube channel, so check that out as well. I also raged about Howard Dean's reaction to it. It's the most obvious hypocrisy of all time. There's no way of hiding it. It's over the top obvious. If it's a sex scandal about, yes, a Republican, and yes, progressives, they'll cover it on day one and they'll call it disqualifying. Okay. But if it's about mainstream Democrats, wall of silence. The Guardian just wrote an article saying, wait a minute, why isn't anybody covering this? This is insane, right? And it is insane. So anyway, Liza Frockless, we did help decipher the stimulus bill. That's also in our earlier videos. And the thing that no one's talking about there is the $4.25 trillion that is secretly in the bill that the Fed can give. Again, conservative outlets are talking about it. Progressive outlets are talking about it. Mainstream media barely mentions it at all because when the establishment wants something, the media complies. The Eternal Dreamers, thank you for being a Young Turks member. Hunter Green, thank you for the YouTube Super Chat comment. I think I got another member here. Let me see. There's Little Yumper's question. Dave Piggott's a member. Got that. Lisa Hu, thank you for becoming a member. Okay, later today. What do incels think about coronavirus? That's a wild story. I might do that one next. And also later today, I'm thinking of doing Ask Me Anything. Joe Rams, Lisa Frockless, Linda Laraway, thank you all, guys. Keep it going. Hit the join button. I'll take your questions specifically from YouTube channel members later in the day, and I'll take your YouTube super chats. Okay, I'll see you there.